We are learning the commonly used words and phrases in alphabetical order. So yesterday we learned this sentence. Although it was raining, I went to the park. It means వర్షం పడుతున్నప్పటికీ నేను ఉద్యానవనానికి వెళ్ళాను. Let us see the next sentence. Although it was raining, we still went outside to play football. Let me explain this one with individual words meanings. So as I mentioned earlier, although means అయినప్పటికీ. Okay, it was raining. వర్షం పడుతూ ఉండెను. This is as per the translation, but usually in spoken Telugu we say వర్షం పడుతూ ఉన్నది. This is the meaning of present continuous tense. It can be used in past for past tense also in spoken Telugu. So వర్షం పడుతూ ఉన్నది, it was raining means వర్షం పడుతూ ఉండెను or వర్షం పడుతూ ఉన్నది. Okay, so when we combine వర్షం పడుతూ ఉన్నది plus అయినప్పటికీ, it becomes వర్షం పడుతూ ఉన్నది ప్లస్ అయినప్పటికీ. వర్షం పడుతూ ఉన్నప్పటికీ. This is the phrase meaning. Okay, so వర్షం పడుతూ ఉన్నప్పటికీ we still went. Actually here no need to use the meaning of still. Still means ఇంకా, but not necessary to use the meaning of still here. We can say we went. We went means మేము వెళ్ళాము. Okay, outside. Outside means బయట. Okay, but here we add the meaning of to also. So it is something like to outside. That means bayataku. So bayataku. We went outside means మేము బయటకు వెళ్ళాము. The next phrase is to play. Okay, to play. To play means ఆడడానికి. Earlier in one of the session I mentioned the meaning of to play. To play, if it is infinitive, it is ఆడుట, but in this type of sentence it becomes ఆడడానికి. Okay, so if you are going to do something in those contexts, you can say దానికి ending. ఆడడానికి. To play, to eat తినడానికి, to go వెళ్ళడానికి. Like that you can make sentences. So to play, then the last word is football. Football, you can say football only. So the full meaning is వర్షం పడుతున్నప్పటికీ మేము ఫుట్బాల్ ఆడడానికి బయటకు వెళ్ళాము. Okay, so while practicing you need to practice like this with the verb the word although you already practiced it I think, but you can try the remaining phrases like we went. This also you practiced. Now the new phrase is to play. So what you have to do, you take the verb, okay, then add to, make sentences like this. To play, ఆడడానికి. To eat, తినడానికి. To go, వెళ్ళడానికి. I'm giving few examples, so later you make sentences. To write, వ్రాయడానికి. So use these two words in a sentence like this. I came here to play. For example, I came means you know already. I came means నేను వచ్చాను. To play. Okay. I came here. Okay. నేను వచ్చాను. Okay. Now expand this one. I came here to play. నేను ఆడడానికి వచ్చాను. Similarly, I came here to plus verb. You write anything. Okay, if you say I came here to eat, that means నేను తినడానికి వచ్చాను. Okay, నేను dash, this is the meaning of the verb, then దానికి వచ్చాను. So now you try to make sentences on your own using this structure when you are practicing. Okay, let us go to the next one. Always at your service means సదా మీ సేవలో. సదా మీ సేవలో or ఎల్లప్పుడూ మీ సేవలో. This one we don't translate word to word, but you need to remember as a phrase. Always at your service means సదా మీ సేవలో or ఎల్లప్పుడూ మీ సేవలో. If you look at the meaning individually, it is like always means ఎల్లప్పుడూ. At your service means మీ సేవలో. మీ సేవలో. Service means సేవ. At your service means మీ సేవలో. The actual meaning of at is వద్ద. At is వద్ద. Your means me, but here we don't use వద్ద. We take the meaning of in. So we use the meaning of in. In means low. Always at your service. సదా మీ సేవలో. The next phrase is always talk politely. ఎల్లప్పుడు. You can also say ఎప్పుడు. ఎప్పుడు or ఎల్లప్పుడు, both are correct. ఎప్పుడు is the short form of ఎల్లప్పుడు. Better I will write the full word here. ఎల్లప్పుడూ మర్యాదపూర్వకంగా మాట్లాడండి. పొలైట్లీ మీన్స్ మర్యాదగా ఆర్ మర్యాదపూర్వకంగా. టాక్ మీన్స్ మాట్లాడండి ఆర్ మాట్లాడు. Since we are talking about politeness, we can use the ending andi also. So this sentence also indicates the politeness. So always talk politely means ఎల్లప్పుడూ మర్యాదపూర్వకంగా మాట్లాడండి. Am I a teacher means నేను టీచర్నా. If you want to use this one with Telugu meaning, you can also say నేను ఉపాధ్యాయుడినా. ఉపాధ్యాయుడినా. This is for male. If a male person is talking, he can say ఉపాధ్యాయుడినా. నేను ఉపాధ్యాయురాలినా. Used for female. Okay. Am I coming means నేను వస్తూ ఉన్నానా. This is very simple sentence. Am I doing means నేను చేస్తూ ఉన్నానా. Am I fat means నేను లావుగా ఉన్నానా. Fat means lavu, okay, but it is like adjective. So for the descriptive adjectives we use ga suffix after the adjective. So lavuga unnana. Am I fat? Am I giving means నేను ఇస్తూ ఉన్నానా. Am I happy means నేను సంతోషంగా ఉన్నానా. This is also a kind of descriptive adjective. So సంతోషం, సంతోషం is a noun, okay. సంతోషంగా it's an adjective, okay. నేను సంతోషంగా ఉన్నానా. Am I not letting you sleep? Okay, am I not letting you sleep? నేను నిన్ను నిద్రపోనివ్వకుండా చేస్తున్నానా. Okay, let us try variations with this sentence. Okay, first let us start with the positive sentence, regular sentence, then we make it as in interrogative sentence, okay, to understand clearly. So if you look at here, let means anumatinchu, anumatinchu, okay, this is the verb meaning. Sleep means nidrapovu, okay, nidrapovu, okay. I am not, okay, I am letting means నేను అనుమతిస్తూ ఉన్నాను. This is positive sentence, okay, regular sentence. I am letting, okay. I am letting you means నేను నిన్ను అనుమతిస్తూ ఉన్నాను, ఓకే. నేను నిన్ను అనుమతిస్తూ ఉన్నాను, ఓకే. I am letting you sleep, okay. So here we need to add the meaning of sleep. నేను నిన్ను, I will add the meaning later, అనుమతిస్తూ ఉన్నాను, okay. నేను నిన్ను అనుమతిస్తూ ఉన్నాను. Here sleep, earlier I mentioned a structure like to go, to come, to eat, okay. So we take that kind of meaning here, okay. So sleep means nidrapovu, even though there is no two word here there is no two word, but still we take the meaning of two. So we take the meaning like to sleep, okay. So to sleep means nidra పోవడానికి, ఓకే. నిద్రపోవడానికి, నేను నిన్ను నిద్రపోవడానికి అనుమతిస్తూ ఉన్నాను. This is the meaning for I am letting you sleep. This is not question, this is only affirmative sentence, okay. So now we make this one as a interrogative sentence. So am I not letting you? First let us see the meaning of this one. నేను నిన్ను అనుమతించడం లేదా, ఓకే. నేను నిన్ను అనుమతించడం లేదా, అనుమతించడం లేదా. After this we can add any verb. I bring this one, am I not letting you sleep or to sleep, okay. So here నేను, now we get the final meaning. As per the translation we can write like this also. నేను నిన్ను నిద్రపోవడానికి అనుమతి ఇవ్వడం లేదా. నేను నిన్ను నిద్రపోవడానికి అనుమతి ఇవ్వడం లేదా. This is the meaning as per the translation. It can be used in spoken Telugu like this also. So we got the final meaning here. Am I not letting you sleep. నేను నిన్ను okay. So anyway, we got the sentence here. Let me copy from here. నేను నిన్ను నిద్రపోవడానికి అనుమతించడం లేదా, అనుమతి ఇవ్వడం లేదా, or అనుమతించడం లేదా, both are correct. Okay, so hope you understand the concept. Try to make sentences by adding different verbs. For example, am I not letting you, stop up to here, then change the verb. Okay, eat, నేను నిన్ను తినడానికి అనుమతించడం లేదా. am I not letting you go, నేను నిన్ను వెళ్ళడానికి అనుమతించడం లేదా. సో take the meaning of to go and try variations when you are practicing. Okay, let us see the next phrase. Am I older than you? Am I older than you? Let us see the words individually. Here than means kante. Than means kante. Okay, let me break the sentence. I am older. Okay, నేను పెద్ద వాడిని. I am older means నేను పెద్దవాడిని. Okay, I am older than you. నేను నీకంటే పెద్దవాడిని. Okay, నేను నీకంటే పెద్దవాడిని. If you look at here, than you means you remember the meaning like this. నీకంటే. Okay, than you, నీకంటే or మీకంటే. If you want to show respect, you can use మీకంటే. Okay, than means kante. Okay, but we don't say మీకు కంటే నీకు కంటే. So we don't say like that, because earlier you learned you means నువ్వు. Okay, కంటే than. Okay, plus మీరు becomes మీ కంటే. We don't say మీరు కంటే. So when we combine with kante, it becomes మీ కంటే. Similarly, you can try variations. I will give you a couple of phrases. Kante than. Okay, him means atadi. So here atadi kante, nothing to change, atadi kante. Than is same, her, ఆమె. So than her means ఆమె కంటే. So like this you can try variations. Now we learned the positive sentence. Okay, now actually this is a question. To understand the question, I explained the positive sentence first. Now we'll see the interrogative sentence. Am I older than you? I am older than you means నేను నీకంటే పెద్దవాడిని. Okay, so very simple. I mentioned before, for the interrogative we change the ending పెద్దవాడిని. Here పెద్దవాడిని becomes పెద్దవాడినా. Similarly, వస్తున్నానా, am I going, నేను వెళ్తున్నానా. Like that, long vowel sound you can use. I will repeat this one. సో am I older than you means నేను నీకంటే or నేను మీకంటే పెద్దవాడినా. Finally we got this meaning, but if you understand the words meaning, individual words meaning, it will be more clear for you. So later you can practice with variations. In place of you try other subjects, other personal pronouns. Okay, the next phrase is am I reading correctly. Am I reading correctly? Okay, let us break the sentence. We can say sarigga, and we can emphasize this one, sarigga. Okay, so this is an interrogative question. Am I reading correctly? First we will try with small phrase. Okay, I am reading, నేను చదువుతూ. This you know already. Okay, I am reading means నేను చదువుతూ ఉన్నాను. Okay, correctly means sarigga. Okay, correctly means sarigga. So we make this one as an imperative, as an interrogative question, interrogative sentence. So am I reading correctly? That means నేను సరిగ్గా చదువుతున్నానా. నేను సరిగ్గా చదువుతున్నాను. It is positive affirmative sentence. Am I reading correctly? This is interrogative sentence. నేను సరిగ్గా చదువుతున్నానా. So while practicing you change this subject. Okay, is he reading correctly? అతడు సరిగ్గా చదువుతూ ఉన్నాడా. Actually it came from చదువుతూ plus ఉన్నాడా, but while speaking we can mix these two words, చదువుతూ ఉన్నానా ఉన్నాడా. So becomes చదువుతూ ఉన్నాడా, చదువుతూ ఉన్నదా, చదువుతున్నదా, చదువుతున్నారా, like that. Okay, so change this subject and make variations. Let us see the next one. Am I talking too much? Am I talking too much? This is very simple. Here you need to learn only the meaning of too much. Too much means ఎక్కువగా. Okay, too much means ఎక్కువగా. I am talking means నేను మాట్లాడుతూ ఉన్నాను. Am I talking means నేను మాట్లాడుతూ ఉన్నానా, because this is interrogative sentence. So మాట్లాడుతూ ఉన్నానా becomes మాట్లాడుతున్నానా. In between we added too much means ఎక్కువగా. Okay, so the next phrase is am I tall. Okay, so let me explain the positive sentence, then the meaning of tall. This is tall means podavu. This is noun. Okay, tall, podavuga. This is adjective. If it is only noun, okay, you can use meaning like podavu, but if it is like descriptive adjective, we add ga suffix. So podavuga. We don't say like నేను పొడవు ఉన్నాను, ఆమె పొడవు ఉన్నది, అతడు పొడవు ఉన్నాడు. We don't say like that. We must add ga suffix for the descriptive adjectives. So tall, this is adjective, and we add ga suffix in a sentence. Okay, so నేను పొడవుగా ఉన్నానా. Let me try this one. Let me write here the positive sentence. I am tall. నేను పొడవుగా ఉన్నాను. So in interrogative sentence it became నేను పొడవుగా ఉన్నానా. So similarly you try with other personal pronoun. Is he tall? Is she tall? Like that. Okay, the next phrase is am I walking. నేను నడుస్తూ ఉన్నానా. I think this one I don't need to explain because you already learned before. This is very simple sentence. I am walking means నేను నడుస్తూ ఉన్నాను. Am I walking means నేను నడుస్తూ ఉన్నానా. America is your country. It means అమెరికా మీ దేశం. Here if you look at your means me, country means దేశం. Okay, among them some are studying. Okay, among them some are studying. Let us see the words separately. Among them means వారిలో, వారి మధ్య. Actually the actual translation is వారి మధ్యలో, but we can skip the madhya, we can say వారిలో. Okay, so వారిలో. They means వారు. Among them means వారిలో, they means వారు. Okay, among us means manalo. This is a similar phrase, that's why I'm explaining. Among us means manalo. Okay, so what else? Some are studying. Okay, some. Okay, some means కొంతమంది. Here I will write like common sentence. They are studying. వారు చదువుతూ ఉన్నారు. So here now we need to combine the sentence. So here we used వారు, that is they. So instead of వారు in this sentence we used some. Here some indicates people. Okay, so this word some has another meaning also. Give me some water. Sometimes we say give me some water. Okay, so కొన్ని నీళ్లు ఇవ్వు. Okay, so this is used for things. Okay, కొన్ని is used for things, and కొంతమంది is, this is used for people when we talk about people. And when if we say some, that indicates కొంతమంది. Okay, so here some are. Here some means we have to understand వారు, people. Okay, so కొంతమంది, some means కొంతమంది చదువుతూ ఉన్నారు. That's why we translate like this. Let me repeat the second clause. Some are studying. Here some means కొంతమంది because we are talking about people. కొంతమంది చదువుతూ ఉన్నారు or చదువుతున్నారు. This is the meaning for some are studying. Okay, among them I already explained. వారిలో, among them means వారిలో. Hope it's clear. Let us move to the next phrase. An ant is an insect. చీమ ఒక కీటకం. Here ant means చీమ. Okay, an means ఒక, insect means కీటకం. Here nothing to explain more because it is clear. An ant is an insect means చీమ ఒక కీటకం. This is straight translation. We have another phrase. This one usually we use like I asked how are you, then you replied, and then you also replied with and you. Okay, so to avoid confusion I wrote this one, but I will put it in bracket. So and you. Okay, and you. Here if you look at, I will write the meaning of and. And means మరియు. Okay, but in spoken Telugu when we say and you, that means మరియు మీరు ఎలా ఉన్నారు. So here we don't say మరియు completely. Okay, so mari is the short form of మరియు. Okay, we can say like this. మరి మీరు ఎలా ఉన్నారు. I'm fine, and you, that means మరి మీరు ఎలా ఉన్నారు? We don't need to say the word completely. మరియు మీరు ఎలా ఉన్నారు? And means మరియు, but we don't need to say మరియు మీరు ఎలా ఉన్నారు. Just you can say మరి మీరు ఎలా ఉన్నారు, like that you can say. Okay. Most of the times we receive this query, what is the meaning of mari? Now I explain this one. Mari is the short form of mariyu. It can be used in this context. And you, like that. And we have similar phrase. And what do you do? Okay. So here we don't use the full meaning like mariyu. We can start with mari మీరు ఏం చేస్తారు. What do you do means మీరు ఏం చేస్తారు. Okay. And means మరియు, but in this context when we are replying again we don't need to say fully, we can say మరి మీరు ఏం చేస్తారు. That means what do you do. Let me explain individually. What means ఏమి or ఏమిటి, but in this type of sentence you can make it short. aim or ఏమి. Okay. I do means నేను చేస్తాను. You do నువ్వు చేస్తావు or మీరు చేస్తారు. Okay. Now let us come to the question. You do means మీరు చేస్తారు. Okay. What means aim. Okay. Now we have a question. What do you do? So we need to combine all these words. Meeru. Okay. So I think I don't need to write again, but you can understand here. What means aim. Okay. What do you do? So the full meaning derived from these words. Meeru ఏం చేస్తారు. And who is this? The next phrase is and who is this? So similarly we don't say మరియు ఇది ఎవరు, we can shorten as మరి. Okay. మరి ఇది ఎవరు, that means who is this. I will write the meanings individually. Who means ఎవరు. This means ఇది. Okay. And we don't need to translate the meaning of is, that is ఉన్నారు. Here is means unnaru, but I will write here, but no need to use in the sentence unnaru. Okay. If you translate as it is idi evarai unnaru, but this one we don't use in the sentence. We can say idi evaru and who is this, mari idi evaru. The next word is angry. Angry means kopanga. Okay. This is, we can say adjective. Kopam, this is noun. Okay. If you use only as a noun you can say kopam, but when you are using in a sentence as an adjective you need to ask ga, kopanga. Animal means jantuvu. Ankle means చీలమండ. Annotate means వివరించు or వ్యాఖ్యానించు. This one we already learned in the verbs list. Announce means ప్రకటించు. Annoy means విసిగించు or చికాకు పరచు. చికాకు పరచు. కోపం తెప్పించు. We can use కోపం తెప్పించు also. So these are the meanings for the word annoy. We are running out of time. We will continue this session tomorrow. Please practice using the variations. Okay.